The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
What's up? It's your man G-Wade holding it down, kicking it alongside with my man Deacon.
Dirty.
And we got a special guest in the building. Back again for the first time, first 100th time.
First 100th time, yeah.
DJ Miss Eclectic. What's happening?
What's up?
That's what's up. You know, topics have kind of been becoming like our thing.
It
you know
is,
what I
yeah,
mean?
it's a thing.
You, much like you, we do a lot of interviews. We sit down with people weekly, get into their worlds. But when me and Deke used to do the radio show, we always had a segment of the show carved out for just a discussion.
Yeah.
So we can get into what his day was like, what my day was like, what happened during the week. Something where you can just kind of get something off your chest. Who got shot, you know what I'm saying? all that stuff.
Or slapped.
Or slapped, you know what I mean? But when we switched to the podcast, we kind of lost that flow.
Gotcha.
So we went into more interview mode.
Yep.
But we're getting back to being able to have some kind of discussions on different things, different topics. And it also, I think, it's kind of therapeutic because you have thoughts on your mind. You're like, I just like to get it off.
Something's on your mind.
Dude, you in my brain, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, I got around. You know what I'm saying?
We talked about that a minute ago in the church house.
Right.
Yes.
So my first question is, and I saw this on The Real.
Okay.
So I'll flip it to make it fit for both male and female. But the question is a satisfied man a faithful man? And I'm going to flip it. Is a satisfied woman a faithful woman?
Okay. I want to say women are faithful by nature.
First of all.
But I know that not all of us are. I was going to say
we out here.
We are faithful beings.
Faithful being no, man.
Oh,
being
my.
304. See what I'm saying?
Oh, my. Oh, wow. We're getting real today. I believe you can. I believe you are. I mean,
I guess maybe we should first define what's a satisfied man or what's a satisfied woman. When you hear the word satisfied woman, what comes to mind for you?
First of all, I think you have to be satisfied with yourself first. I think before you're in a relationship, you have to be a whole person. People are like, you're a best part of me. Well, you need to have whole best part of yourself.
You lacking.
First.
You know
Yeah. So I think, first of all, if you're satisfied with yourself, you're satisfied with your life, and then plus on top of that, get me right, okay. On top of that, you're satisfied with your husband or boyfriend, whatever you're in, whatever relationship,
right.
Whatever you're in, you're satisfied and he satisfies you. Now, it depends on where all this satisfaction is going to.
Like what area?
What area of satisfaction?
Okay.
Because you can be
satisfaction guarantee.
Right. So you can be satisfied in your finances, satisfied in your social life. But if you marry, per se, if you're not satisfied in your sexual life, then that may bring around some, you might want to creep.
Okay.
Who's your friend?
Yeah, so
what are you doing dropping off a package?
Right? Oh boy, across the street, he's single. No, I'm just joking. But I think first of all, I think a satisfied definitely is a faithful person. Now it depends on who you are as a person.
I agree, say, yeah.
Because if I read a magazine one time and it kind of messed me up. Maybe not me, but I'm not married yet. But it was like a magazine and it was talking about guys who were married, and it was saying how many. It was anonymous, but it was saying how many of them cheated and how many of them didn't. And it messed me up because there were a lot of men who cheated, but they were satisfied. So there was nothing wrong with their marriage. He said it doesn't affect my marriage at all. He was like,
of course not.
He was like, we just got married. He said, I go out and do what I do, whatever. He said, but I'm faithful. I'm faithful. But I'm faithful at home to my kids. You know what I mean? But he's not faithful. But he was just saying,
men can compartmentalize. That's number one.
He was saying, his home life is good, but he cheats. So in that way, it tells me that this guy was quote unquote satisfied, but he still cheated. But then there's a deeper level to this too, because we're in mental health awareness month. So is it something that he was really missing that he didn't think he was missing, and he's cheating to get that? So I don't know. If you're fully satisfied, I do think you will be faithful.
Yeah.
Dude, the whole time she's saying, I'm thinking this Eddie Murphy, the skit he was saying.
Uh-huh.
I love you.
Oh, right. Exactly.
But I was,
Well, her, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
But you know what? I would say that could work both ways. But I'm going to stay on the
women.
question at hand. Well, not the women, just the topic at hand. Is a satisfied man a faithful man? My answer to that is, and I don't know if this is a bro code or if I'm jacking up anything, but no, that don't necessarily mean he is.
So y'all,
No, not all. Let me be clear there. Not all. Buddy of mine's up in DC, Nardo. This was back in the 90s.
Faithful.
He named names.
No. I'm naming them for a reason because I'm. This is props. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He was always a one girl guy.
Okay.
Like me.
You out there.
Like Jay-Z said, I'm trying to murder everything moving. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? Me and a couple of my other friends, I won't say their names, but, we was just wilding. We strolled the globe and saw Queens, New York, and was like, sold your oils.
Sold your oils everywhere you are.
Right,
okay.
you know what I mean? But he had gotten married. Unfortunately, he's divorced now, but he had gotten married. I remember being at the wedding, and I was sitting next to Booby. Booby was one of the girls that grew up with us because all the friends were there, and we would kind of joke with each other, saying, "Dang, Nardo's a good guy, yada yada. He's always been a good guy."
Yeah.
So his wife is getting a good man, and I even joked. I was like, "Shoot, I'd marry him if I was you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
he a good
If I was into that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that to say he is a faithful guy. You get what I'm saying? Knowing him, I don't know what he like today, you know what I'm saying? But growing up, he was just always that guy. I'm saying that to say, I think even if it was something that was unsatisfied in his marriage, I don't think he would have crept out in it anyway. My thoughts about him. Me, on the other hand, being satisfied doesn't necessarily mean you're going to stay faithful to your girlfriend or your spouse. It just simply means you're satisfied here. But you said it touches on something else with Mental Health Month. Something is still not being met. You heard the saying that you see it on IG is a video to be playing, a video play, and the voiceover says, "Find you a woman that can cook, and find you a woman that's good in bed, and find yourself a woman who takes care of the kids, and find yourself someone who can clean. Just make sure they never meet." You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it something like that it goes. And it's one of those things where you could be satisfied in these arenas, but for some reason there's something that calls you to something else. So I can't speak to all. This is not all men. This is just the men.
You saying no.
Well, I'm saying a satisfied man is not necessarily a faithful man.
What
Because
makes a faithful man?
The man.
Throw it out there for the ladies. We just want to know what makes a faithful man.
Well, I don't know what makes a. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a many things makes up a KRS, concise of teach. I don't know. This popped in my head. There's a many things that make a man faithful. You know what I mean? Even if he did come from a background of, Papa was a Rolling Stone, right, or he was young and wild, and I think y'all were talking about it earlier. I think something in a man at some point wakes up, like, when he find the right one type of thing. You ain't got to try to change him, because if he
you can't change him.
You can't. But if he's into you, he'll do it himself type of thing. So I think being satisfied don't necessarily make it so. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be the right one.
You just got to be the right one at the right time for him, where he just really, where that thing, that light switch or whatever that little thing that switches on. And again, this is not all men, so I don't want people to be hating on that.
This is just, it's not a blanket statement.
It's not a blanket statement, right?
It's just, but so the marriage don't do it either. Like and my thing is, why get married if you're not gonna be faithful? I know this be off topic a little bit.
No, it kind of plays because we just talk about satisfaction and faithfulness. So that could be in a relationship, boyfriend, or it could just be, or it could be in a marriage. I mean, either way, if you're in a relationship with someone and you satisfied in whatever way it is, that don't make you be faithful. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you gonna tip out. Like you said, the magazine said, I got a good thing at home.
Yeah,
everything at home works.
All is well. And I read this years ago, but it kind of messed me up in my mind. I was like, well, I'm gonna get married for he's still gonna cheat.
Yeah, still out here.
It ain't even gonna matter.
Yeah, in a polyamorous relationship.
Right.
I don't know. That question is one of those questions that can't be totally answered with certainties.
No, absolutely not. Because I mean, women, I can't even make a blanket statement saying that women are faithful.
Heck no.
We are deemed as being that.
I don't know how that law got passed.
But it's a double standard, because it's like, men, when people say all men are dogs and then women are faithful, but I know that's not true. I know that's not the case. Me personally, I'm a faithful woman. If we are exclusive, now again, go back to what we were talking about earlier.
We gotta have a conversation.
I'll date to date now, because until we're exclusive, until we have made a statement, but. When it comes to that, I am faithful. But I'm just saying, everybody is not faithful. And I think it does mean satisfied with yourself first. I think that's number one.
Gotcha. So being faithful, does that mean that in all areas you are satisfied? And I'm not necessarily just focusing on like sexually. I'm talking about just
in general.
Good conversation.
Yes,
is a thing.
I think
You know
I'm
what I mean?
more the person. Well, I'm more the person probably to break up with you before I cheat. Like
you're like, hold on. I see them all.
Yeah,
see them all. Hey, look, put your mother on the phone.
And then you also have to define cheating sometimes, because some people will take
that'll be my next question.
Okay. Roll on with it.
No.
I'm just saying, because some people you look at somebody and they're like, oh, that's cheating because you already cheated in your mind and you cheat. Okay, so I mean,
well, that's what Jesus said.
Yeah, that is. No, I'm sorry, it is. Yeah, you're right. That's what you said. That's Bible. That's law. That's Bible. You're right.
Right, yeah.
So, but I'm just saying,
and even that, we got to keep it in context.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, you've got to. You define cheating, I guess, and there's something that maybe it's not a conversation anybody wants to have, but then you might want to, because you could say, if your dude looks at a woman and while y'all walking and he look her up and down, now a man is gonna look and a woman is gonna look too. You still have eyes. Now, I'm never gonna stop looking. If God made something delightful, I will look at him, Lord.
Look at that specimen.
Look what the Lord has made.
That creation.
I'm going to look, but I guess those are boundaries that you have within your relationship too. That's something you talk about. I mean, some people condone cheating. So, and here's another thing: what's faithful in your relationship? There's so many open relationships.
The levels
now.
to faithfulness.
Yeah, so many levels of that. So some people, if you have an open relationship and there are rules and boundaries in that. I mean, I'm going by a show I watch too. I don't know anything, but
it's on HBO.
Yeah, it was on BT. But I mean, there are rules, but I know there was some truth to it. But there's rules and boundaries to that. So you have your rules and boundaries where maybe you can't sleep with that person more than one time. If you sleep with that person more than one time, then you've broken
y'all go
the
together,
code.
yeah.
And y'all go together, so you're unfaithful, but you can sleep with that person one time and you're still quote unquote faithful. So, it's a lie. That's too much to break down.
That's too much for me.
And I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I am not the share kind of, because if you incognito, ain't nothing I can do. Ain't nothing I can say. But if my mind starts to go there, my mind's telling me, you know what I'm saying? If my mind starts to go with like, nah, something is awkward here. It feel funny. Something in me starts to change. You know what I mean? Like the excitement to see you is not the same no more, because I'm starting to feel tainted. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just weird for me, and it's always been weird for me in that kind of way. I'll start backing off on you. I'm side eyeing. I'm like.
Talking like, who you texting over there?
You know, I'm talking, I'm hanging with you, and but I'm not
feeling
whatever happens in here that normally happen when you get the butterfly effects and all that feelings. It starts to go away, and it's like now I'm just going with a flow with you. Yeah. So satisfied. I don't think it even matters. If somebody's going to cheat,
they're gonna cheat.
They're going to cheat regardless.
Regardless. You could be the best woman or the best man in the world to that person. You could love them, and I think that's too. You said that you hit a point with the right person. Somebody could give you everything, but if they're not the right person, they're well, I guess it does go with satisfy because they're not going to satisfy you completely. They could give you the world, but they're not going to satisfy something within you. So you probably going to cheat.
Yeah.
They make it real easy nowadays. The Facebook and DMs.
This has ruined everything.
Let me tell you.
This is ruined.
Let me make a statement right now. If I'm single by February 14th of 2023, I'm calling out my DMs. I'm calling out
all
everybody.
of y'all going down. It's about to go down. That is too funny. That is too funny. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that to y'all. I'm not gonna expose.
I ain't gonna do it, but I'll be tempted.
Like, I can get my car note paid. I can shut down some stuff.
Right? You want me to tell?
You want me to shut down your church?
Not the church.
You love your ministry? That's funny. Hey, so being satisfied don't equate to being faithful. I just don't think so. I think you that man or that woman can give you everything, but it still boils down to what's inside of you that's causing the tipping. You know what I mean?
You satisfied in Jesus.
You're satisfied in the Lord. Shoot, even in that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The way Jesus met Peter probably slowed Peter down.
Yeah.
But Peter was still out here cussing and cutting off ears.
You know what I'm saying? Cussing and cutting.
And I don't feel like that was, maybe that's what the Bible reports.
We don't know that's the first time he cussed or the first time he cut.
That's what I'm saying.
Peter probably fight you, might pull out knife like.
Even Jesus was like, the enemy comes to sift you as wheat. Like he called him leaky or shaky, so whatever he called him. So he knew Peter. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. Well, it matters, but it don't matter. So
they say you got to keep you some hood people around you once in a while. Even Jesus kept Peter. I'm just saying, you got to.
I don't fight, but my man do. That's funny.
Jesus had shooters.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean?
You see, Jesus let him cut it. He healed it. He let him do it.
Like, go ahead. Let him feel it.
Let me show you what I got over here.
He knew it was going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. He knew it was going to happen. He still let it happen. I'm just
unhand me.
Yeah.
Get off my Lord. That's funny. All right, we just got to talk about satisfied man being a faithful man, but we kind of mentioned something in there. So this question I asked, I'm asking to both you, Eclectic, and you, Deacon Dirty, kind of falls in the same vein. Okay. But what constitutes cheating? Is flirting cheating? And I guess to some degree, you have to almost define flirting.
Yes. Oh, wow.
So what is flirting to you, and what levels of flirting does it cross over into? Oh, no, she cheating. No, he cheating.
Ladies first.
Ooh, ladies first.
Well, first of all, you have to know who you're with. So I say this because I have a really good. Who you with? Hey, okay. Anyway. So I have a really good friend. We laugh all the time, right? Mm-hmm. And I say I could never marry you because you are a flirt. I said I'd have to shoot you.
Right.
So, but here's the thing. I said whoever you're with, they have to be very confident. Like I said, if we were together, we laugh all the time. I said it wouldn't bother me that you flirted with somebody because that's not who you. That's who you are.
Yeah,
that's in your fabric. That's in your DNA. You're going to flirt. You ain't going home with them. You're not going anywhere with them. You're gonna flirt with the lady at Popeyes. You're gonna flirt with the waitress. You might flirt with, but you're not. I have to have that level of confidence. I have to know who I'm with.
Right.
And so, and again, that goes with also being satisfied with yourself, being confident in yourself, who you are, and being confident in your relationship, and saying, I know this boy flirt, but he ain't going nowhere. He's gonna be right here. He's not. Now there's another side to that. If you're with somebody and you know from day one that he flirted, but he flirting, he going home with them afterwards, that is a different story. And so like you have to know who you're with, and you have to know what you're comfortable with. I mean, I think every relationship has to define what's flirting. I mean, what's flirting?
What is flirting?
Or
right.
what's too much flirting? Like, when does flirting become disrespectful?
But I don't even know what bedrock is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's that Martin stand-up joint. You remember that joint? We said him and his girl watching the Flintstones, and then the boyfriend looked at the girlfriend like, "Oh, you want to sleep with Barney, don't you?"
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's jealousy.
That's
but
there's so many levels to this, and I mean, and flirting can be disrespectful. So you also have to define that. Mm-hmm. Like, when are you flirting too much?
What's too far for you? Or everything is too far?
No,
How you doing? Oh no, you didn't.
No, thank God
If you get to the point where the person's like touching on them,
that's different.
Yeah.
You mean as your spouse is touching on the person?
Yeah. They stroking them and all this.
So this is the thing.
You having a good day today?
Right there.
Yeah, so I had an ex-boyfriend, right? It was this girl. I won't name any names, but so she
knows she is.
And Lord, I said, Lord, help me, Jesus.
She was in a lituation.
But the point is,
right.
I'm with the guy, right? He wasn't doing the flirting, but I thought she did was disrespectful.
So she was the flirter.
Yeah, she was a flirter, but I feel like he didn't stop it. So at that, this was too far for me. I'm cool with the laughing, talking.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me.
What can I do?
Yeah. That's cool.
Look at me.
You talking to somebody, I'm like, oh, he over there flirting, whatever. We about to go.
Right.
That honestly doesn't bother me because I'm
Gotcha.
confident in who I am, and I flirt a little bit. And so sometimes you just gay, sometimes you just hey,
You see how she glossed over everything. I flirt a bit. So anyway.
So not going home with the person, but here's the thing.
But you go home up here sometime too. It don't necessarily have to be physically.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I'm not even thinking that. Sometimes you flirt, you just have like a little nice little light conversation, like I would say a light conversation. Not when you going to bed with me, but a light conversation. Like,
what time you say?
Not the one time you say. But he had a beard. She grabbed he had a crumb in his beard,
you
see you weird.
Oh, you just gonna reach into
And
it?
so it was a moment. I was like, Lord, what do I do? Do I lay hands or do I?
So he had a little crumb in his beard, and she went to pull it out.
I said, "Oh my Jesus!" Now I could have taken it to a whole other level because it was at a gathering. I had people at the gathering.
Yeah, you can't be slapping nobody at the Oscars.
No, at the Oscars, but I had people at this gathering I wouldn't have had to touch her at all. We won't put it this way. I don't fight, but I ride. But I do ride with people who do. So I'm just saying. So I had, it could have went a whole other way, but I just chose to diffuse the situation, being the Christian that I am. But I chose
let him live.
diffuse the situation, but it took me back because I'm a person where there's no middle ground, so I'm either 0 to 100.
Oh,
so I was
real
like,
quick.
is
you is or is you ain't, my baby.
So I was like, so I guess I better be 0 here because if I go,
because I'm gonna kill him.
Because that right there, an example of one of those situations like you can't believe that this person just.
It was one of those she just really.
And you get all warm, am I getting mad? Did she just do
and
that?
even if you understand as a guy, you was see, and so you understand where I was coming from. So I was like, after we left this place, I said, so you were just going to let
cool with that?
You were cool with letting her grab that piece out of your beard, mind you.
But it didn't catch him off guard.
No, mind you, they used to date, so she's a chick from the past.
There's layers to it.
See,
there we go.
There's layers to this, so that's why I said there's layers to this, and I was like. I mean, I gave her a death stare. Well, I don't think I stayed out for the rest of the night. But the point is, I just thought that was super. So something like that to me is disrespectful.
Well, now that we know the backstory,
right.
Do you feel like she tried you?
Absolutely, she tried.
Or it was just a reflex action?
So this wasn't even.
No, she tried.
This is more. This is deeper than rap. It's not a flirt. This is I'm doing this on purpose because I used to date the guy.
Yeah, she tried.
And now,
he really likes her.
Yeah, right.
I feel like she tried me, and I do it. But like I said, I could have been really petty in that situation.
Right.
And it could have been when I tell you I had some rounders, it could have been a whole nother situation. But I'm not a drama-filled person. I'm not going to let you disrespect me.
Right.
Don't get it twisted. But I'm not a drama-filled person, so I felt,
But if you bring it.
But if you bring it. Now, if you bring it, it's going to
Never trouble.
It's going to be brought. It
right.
will be brought in. But I feel like even if it was a stranger, that you don't go in another woman's
beard.
another woman's man's beard,
the whole
and
beard.
grab
That's
the.
one thing. That's
sanctuary. You just don't go do that. So something
you hear
like
that, ladies?
That is ladies. If you see something, just tell her. Grab
your man's got
your man's right.
Like, cause if I hadn't been anybody else, she would have got slapped. Like somebody else would have
got them paws.
Would have reared back, and we had some words later on, but that's the other page. But
in that situation, there's a history to a degree versus stranger.
But stranger would have been the same reaction. Stranger would have been like, you just don't go. I think it's where you could with the touchy feely. I think, but that's still the boundaries within your relationship. So you can laugh, he, kiki all day, but once you touch,
because it's touching touching sends a signal.
That's a
That's a
signal.
whole.
And I'm not talking about it sends a signal to me. It sends a signal to the person you're touching.
Yes.
I know what you're doing when you touch me. I know how what you said in that touch. I know what you're telling me.
It ain't no.
Right.
It ain't no. It's the rubbing of. It's the rubbing of the muscles.
Yes, I'm ready to love.
You can't be rubbing on the muscles and stuff. Be like, did she just rub?
Like you've been in the gym.
I
I've
mean,
seen you.
But here's another thing.
You remember Major Payne? Like he could at least did like don't touch the whistle.
Right.
You know.
He should.
Don't hand shit up. Yeah, you're right.
That's what he should have done.
I'm good.
That's what he. There was a strong conversation after that. But that's what
To
he
him, with him or with her?
With him and me and her had some words too. And me and him had some too. So
I need y'all together. Come to the front.
4 and 5.
Right.
They had some strong fellowship out there.
Right.
Fellowship.
Now about to be some laying on of the hands.
Right. I'll fight, but
Right. Ladies.
Ladies.
See woo.
Round 2.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? There are some women that I know who flirt. I don't know if you want to say subconsciously, but they flirt. They do it to everybody. I've seen that. I'm
So
the
you
type
mean
person.
just the room, not just
No,
him
as a woman,
specific.
she'll
Yeah,
come
the
up to
room.
you and she'll give you a massage.
You mean to me or to
Yeah,
a
to
female?
you, no, to a male. Like she'll come up to you and she'll be
Okay.
like, she'll be on the podcast. She'll be like, oh gee, wait, like she'll do all
Right,
that,
right.
and she'll be like, and she'll go over there, and then after you get it, she'll give you a massage.
He
too.
all getting jealous next, like, how she go over there?
But
She for everybody.
For the streets.
She's for the streets.
Here's the thing though, she's single, so it always brought to my attention, like if you're with your husband and she's doing this, or you're
She's
with
single.
she's single,
Okay.
but she flirt, and I don't know if she rubs on everybody, so I don't know how you take. I mean, she's never done it to somebody I'm with, but I'm just saying she used to do it to everybody, and it used to make some of the guys uncomfortable because they didn't know
I could see how.
and they didn't know kind of what to do.
Right,
Like
right.
they don't know to laugh it off or to be like,
Anybody see this?
Anybody getting this?
like she's up here giving me a full massage, like in the public. This is
You're
weird.
like, oh, so that's what we doing?
I think she want her red paint.
Yes. Well, listen. Let me see. You want to say something, D?
First of all, you can't do me like that.
Don't play.
I know me. You can't do me like that.
No
Please
massages?
don't do it. No.
And I know enough. I know touches. I think I know enough to know what touches are. You know what I mean?
So you know she just come give you a regular back massage, or if she was coming to give you a massage.
You walk by, you pat me on the back. There's
certain things where you be like, oh, that's just what's her name?
Yeah.
But then there's some
you got the
touches where you
tissue
like,
going on, like nah.
or they don't have to be that, but it's just something. I'm telling you, something.
about the
It
touch.
sends
Something
something.
about the
You
touch,
know,
send the signal.
Men can shake a hand and can tell if a dude is being too aggressive by his handshake. You get what I'm saying? Like if let's say for example, if somebody's trying to establish dominance.
Okay, yeah.
So if you're going to shake a hand, like for me, I'm not. My presence, and I say this with all due respect, my presence speaks for itself. So I can walk into a room and I don't have to say anything. I don't go around.
That's G-Wade.
Yeah, right. I don't have to go around and be like, yo, you know what it is. I'm here now. And who next? Who with it? Who won it? Who won it with the lean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I don't do none of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I can tell if I'm moving if I'm making dudes
tell.
feel funny. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
You can feel it.
You can feel it.
You can feel it,
I
yeah.
can feel it. Call it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can feel the energy. So I can tell if a dude is trying to establish dominance with me. Like, let me see his presence.
This is what y'all do. Y'all be this is what the whole time
But
women
because
think y'all up
Guys
here.
do that.
We be
They
thinking
do
y'all
that, yeah.
dapping and like, oh, they cool. Y'all
But
up there- y'all
a
up there
lot of it
establishing
is.
dominance.
Oh, no, a lot of it
I
is.
learned
But
something
again,
today.
if you're alpha, alphas try to figure out who's more alpha. You know what I mean? Not because they want to fight, not
Who's the
because
alphaist?
they don't want to take over the room and all that kind of stuff. But they just trying to see where do we fall here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But me, I'm the type of dude that I don't care. I don't care about none of your energy and how you feel. If you want to own the room, own it. Because I already know within myself how I roll.
Right,
so I don't need to be all like, oh,
I'm cool with the skin I'm in.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
good.
you know what I'm saying? I'm cool that way. In fact, it's probably going to expose you more.
That's gonna tick you out even more. Like I'm not phasing this dude.
Why won't he move? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's not budge. So, in that case, dudes know who's trying to establish certain things.
Right.
Also, and I'm not saying in all cases, dudes know what the female is talking about without words. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the touch or the massage. I don't know. It's just certain things. Just once you start invading into somebody's space physically, the energy starts to happen. If somebody came in and stood at the door, even we sitting right here, I can be sitting right here with you having this great conversations, but I can feel if there's a shift in you.
Right.
It's like, oh,
okay.
So inside, I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's happening. Anybody else seeing this? You know what I'm saying?
Nobody see this?
She literally
She
just
about to
looked at
leave with
me
him.
with her eyebrow. She did something. They just let me know this is more of a conversation than a conversation.
Or roll your eyes
It's something. It's just
at the Oscars.
right. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to go up there and defend. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just something that's giving off, that's letting me know. And I'm not saying I know it in all cases because I've been in situations where I didn't even realize I was being hit on. I'm sitting there like, birdie. You know what I'm saying? Not getting a clue. And that's right. Yeah. One, because I felt like I was just in a space where I wasn't comfortable. And that's rare for me not to be comfortable in a space, but I was in a space where I just didn't feel comfortable because I didn't know nobody but one person. And I was like, this is weird for me. I don't even know how to, I'm feeling weird. I'm like, I don't even know how to spark the conversations with nobody. I don't walk up and then a few females walked up and started talking. I'm sitting there with my round table with my little Coke or something, but what I had a Sprite. And they hold
Did
the
I
conversation.
turn it off before I left the house?
Right, you know what I'm saying? I'm having Twizzler conversations, you know what I'm saying? You're right. And so, you know, they talking on business, but there's an undertone to it, but I'm not even reading it. To the point where the person that I knew, she came up, she's like, you good? You okay? Because I'm literally like oblivious to what's happening. And I'm like, yeah, I'm straight. But the next day, I'm watching a movie.
Those women weren't
That's
hitting
what
on
they
me.
were.
Oh my gosh! So why did I just?
It was the next day. I'm watching the movie. In the movie, they say something very similar.
And
You didn't even know when you was being hit on. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah. So sometimes I can miss it, but for the most part, I know what you're doing, and I know what you're doing while you're standing next to your man. You get what I'm saying? And if your man know you, he know what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? The energy is very, very important, man. You got to pay attention to energy.
No, energy
I
is
heard
huge.
D.L. Hughley
Energy
say
is huge.
on this radio show a long time ago, they were talking about some couple, and they were in trouble. I don't remember the couple's name, but what stuck out was when he said, you knew who you married.
Yeah. You know what you was
my
getting
thing.
into.
That's why I tell people, you knew you. That's why I say you establish boundaries and satisfy. You knew you know who you married. You know if you married, you know what he was doing. But as when we think we can change men, you knew what he was doing when y'all was dating.
And I think
He's
it works
still
the other
doing
way
it.
around too.
Yeah,
I think
that's
men
true.
You left him
men
alone
know
with
you know who
shit.
you married.
And like I said, you know if you just with the dude who just talking, he ain't doing.
Man,
he ain't going
he don't
nowhere.
mean
Girl, he
nothing.
ain't going nowhere. He be back here in a minute. He just gonna get us
He
some
ain't
free.
paying nobody else's
No,
rent.
he ain't paying nobody else. But we all gonna get a free fries and some free something.
Right.
Like,
Don't
you
work
know-
it, honey.
Yeah, you got it, baby. You know who you dealing with.
She like, but he talked to me. Yeah, baby. Well, your loss. Thanks for the fries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? See ya. Yeah, no ringy, no thingy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But yeah, you just know who you with. That's the end goal right there.
Yeah,
Know who you
yeah.
with.
If everybody's, if the person you're with, you know, is being like honest to themselves and not masked all day till you don't know who you with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, know who you with.
That's what I think too. And then I think for me, like I'm in a male-dominated space and male-dominated. I hate to say it something, but it really is male-dominated.
So you probably get hit on all the time.
all day, every day. And the point is, and then so whoever I'm with, he has to be very confident in who he is and know that I'm not necessarily flirting, but
Why you got to be a boy, though? You're not going to skate on past that.
You
one,
see the
man.
lingo? You know what I'm saying?
The boy that I'm with.
I
has
said
gotta
boy,
be-
I mean the man. No, I didn't say boy. Lord, I mean I'm not one of
Why
boys.
you have to emasculate?
I don't want no boy. I'm sorry.
Sorry
The
about that,
man.
whoever you are.
Lord, I'm sorry. That came out wrong. Forgive me. The man, because I do want a man.
Sorry, Delroy.
The man that I'm with, he has to be like, very confident in who he is. And just because you smile at somebody and laugh at somebody doesn't necessarily mean that you're flirting with somebody. It's just be a conversation. Sometimes
Work in the room.
even with men,
Yeah, but
men and women, it's different energy. Sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes you can't smile at a woman like you would smile at a man. Like you just it's not cool.
Right.
It's just not so I don't know. It's just
No, you're right, but you can't because Yeah, you flirt with me too? You know what I'm saying? She's in her like, nah, I ain't with
No,
that.
I'm good. I promise.
You better, you talking about my
I
husband.
promise I'm good. And let's be, I mean, we could be real as real if you want to be real here. When you
Facts.
in business, sometimes you flirt. Sometimes, let's just be real.
Gotta seal that deal.
And sometimes you seal the deal.
See
Let's
me in the
be-
club, I'm a flirt.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah,
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Let's be real. You're going to, and it doesn't mean that you're going home
And see,
with
that's the kind
anybody.
of stuff that make dudes. That makes on both sides.
Yeah.
Makes a person. It can bring about the insecurities, or
It
brings
can.
out,
It
or
can.
creates an
It
insecurity
can.
in a person, because just by those what you just said. Let's be honest. You know, when you're doing business sometime with a person, you flirt, because what you're doing is you're trying to lower their whatever it is that they're not inhibitions, but you're lowering their. If you're after something and they got it, you got to figure out how you're going to get it without. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
just be real. Sometimes people call me and be like, well, they'll talk to you versus them talking to me because you're a woman. Mm-hmm. And you look a certain way.
yeah.
So that's just so at the end of the day, that's flirting.
That's true.
At the end of the day, if you want me to close a business deal for you because I'm a woman,
What's the number?
Yeah, and you can close it, but it's there say it'll flow.
It's a
easier
different flow,
for you.
yeah.
Today you
It'll
asked
flow
her, you're going to get it done.
So that's so.
And maybe discount it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and a woman knows how to talk. You know, some versus y'all.
'Cause your voice is
Yeah,
softer.
y'all are men. Y'all are a little rough. You be like, oh, okay, well, I can do that for you. Yeah.
Ask for the discount.
That's not a problem. I can do that at 20%. 20% discount. Okay, we can do that. All right, you have a good day too. All right. Like there are things that you can
Give
do.
him the Google number. You know what I'm saying?
You get the Google number.
Get the Google number.
But and I don't know if you would call that flirting or just being who you are. If it comes with the territory,
probably a level of flirting
But
to
it's
it.
a level,
It's a level
of
of
flirting
flirting
to it.
to it.
And it's not even a level of disrespectful flirting. It's just, but there is a level, and I think that's on men and women. I think
Yeah,
it's on
yeah,
both
yeah,
sides. Sometimes probably we know it, not even realizing that we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, those are the things that depending on what industry you are, depending on who you're with. Those are the things that you have to calculate within your relationship. What you're gonna be able to handle and what you're gonna be able to take.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're dating a rapper or somebody and he's got a business exec that he's got to woo over, it doesn't mean that he's gonna sleep with her, but he has to, make her feel good.
I gotta do what I gotta do, babe.
So there are that's the conversation y'all gotta have.
Right.
Communication. That's it. Y'all gotta communicate that.
Yeah.
And again, you know who you with.
You know who you with.
You know who you with. That's the end of the day. You know who you
What was
with.
that hustling flow? He had to go in there and get that mic.
Right.
Well, no, we're not going there.
Hey, look here, mine.
I have to say what I do.
I matter too, dude.
right. Dude. Look here, mine. You go on in there and get that mic, mine.
That's a little far. We're not doing all that.
Yeah, that's a little
It's
extra.
hard out here for a pimp.
I'm in charge.
Right. That's funny. All right, cool. So I'm a make a statement, and then you reply as the girlfriend,
Okay.
and you reply as the boyfriend.
Okay.
So if I'm talking, when you reply, I'm the boyfriend talking to my girlfriend.
Okay.
When you reply, you're the boyfriend talking to your girlfriend. Okay.
Okay.
Or replying to your girlfriend.
Fine. Okay, that's right.
All right.
Let's see.
Y'all ready?
Let's see if I got the
I know,
assignment.
right?
He understood the assignment.
right?
Let's
All
see.
right.
All right.
That's role play. Okay, let's go.
Either you give me your password or it's over between us. Reply as the girlfriend.
There's your response right there.
It's over.
There's your response.
Although we've come
right.
to
Oh, don't do
the
that.
end.
You triggering me now.
I'm sorry.
It went back to 93. That was my trigger.
Women, we just can't answer questions straight. I
All
have
right.
questions.
All right. I was going to say, Lonnie
Some
Love.
questions y'all can and some questions y'all
Y'all
want.
flip them. Y'all like to flip them quick, boy.
To move that goalpost, as you say.
We know what
The chuckle got me. That's what got
deflections
me
look
with the
like.
chuckle. That's all I needed to hear.
Well, that's your answer.
That's your answer.
My answer.
That's your answer.
Next.
She said,
Well.
Invasion of my privacy.
Right. First of all.
I would have to kill you.
Oh gosh.
No response.
But what?
Nah, I said reply as the girlfriend.
That was my reply. That chuckle was my reply. I'm like, what do you mean?
They don't know she replied.
Well, why? Well, I give you mine if you give me yours.
This is trust, baby. It's all about trust.
what have I done to make you think that you need my passcode?
See, with that being said, you've already said many things. You said nothing, but you said so much.
I gave not a one answer, and on purpose.
Because I think the first thing is the why. Once you get the why, you kind of understand where it's going to go, right?
PJ Morton said, "I don't want to go through your phone."
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah,
a song?
that's literally a song.
I'm going to listen to that joint.
Yeah, so I ain't gonna lie, I have gone through some phones before.
Well, who hasn't gone through a phone or two? You know what I'm saying?
And I wasn't given the password, but women have a way. So
if I just trace his fingers.
He put in a one that time.
Uh-huh.
Next time he put in a
mental
two.
note
So
8 months
got
8 months
the
later.
1 to 2, and then
Never
next time
fall
you
asleep.
get the 3 and the 4.
That was the facial
That
recognition.
was 2022. 2019. Now in 2022, you get the last two digits.
You like, okay,
Now I know how to get in.
And then when you let your guard down, I got the whole thing.
I'm about to find out all that stuff he's been lying about.
Grandma said, my mother said, you go looking for something, you gonna find it.
You're going to find it.
There's no need for you to have my passcode. If I have your passcode, we have my passcode. I mean, hey, we passcoding.
So you're saying you would give up your password provided that she ain't feeling it?
Oh,
she responded like
she got a little
she had
glow going on, bro. A little, she
like
glistening.
she had a serious drink. You know,
She
go like
glistening
this.
right now.
Had a strong whiskey.
It's not the lights. It's not the lights. She glistening
nothing
right
too
now.
high, but
Per
think
se.
per se. If you're going to look for something, you could turn something that was nothing into something.
That's possibly true. Now, would that fall under the lines of because we was flirting?
But I got
Because it was business.
But I got that contract signed.
Right.
But I'm just saying.
Don't you
And I
like
did not
Ozark?
go down. I did not go down to the Super 8. You know what I'm
Don't you
saying?
like Ozark? The cable back on. Ain't
Right.
I mean, if we gonna have to, we gonna trade passcodes then.
So that's the way you're doing it.
Yeah, we gonna trade. If you want my passcode,
Well,
I get your passcode.
right,
We'll
okay.
Trade passcodes.
Okay, I get it. I
But
get it.
you might not get it right.
You just
then,
not.
but
Right. You still like, let me go through it.
Real quick.
Let me clean sweep.
Like the people you see on Facebook and they have like, Ted and Sasha's Facebook page. Who cheated? Because it's like, why y'all got a dual Facebook page? like
All of a sudden in the picture together.
yeah, they in the picture together. Like you check, Now you can't be in the DMs if you got a shared Facebook
They got to
page.
say, what you? Yeah. Dirty. Replies the boyfriend.
What's the question?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's how you go. That's how you stall as you delete.
Either.
What happened?
Right. Now talk to me.
Yeah. What were you saying again?
Who shot?
I gotta go pee. You know what I'm saying?
Who shot who in the wet?
Right. Either you give me your password or it's over between us. Reply as the boyfriend.
Okay.
That's your reply?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, but what are you answering? Are you answering that it's over?
I'm answering the question.
There's an or there.
I gave you two answers. O and a K.
Okay.
Wow.
That's funny.
Oh, that's funny.
That's still kind of loose though, bruh.
Hey.
But we don't know. Okay,
I need you to slow down. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you're in my business.
Hold on.
Right. Are you okay with giving out the password or let me pray about this?
No need to pray. I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
But that's still loose. You good with giving out the password?
Cause my banking and all that stuff, bro.
She don't need to know my account.
Account numbers and all that.
These answers are not like
That's vague to
straightforward.
them.
But mine was. I was laughing at this whole.
She gonna see my IG.
It's not black, it's white, it's gray.
This is hilarious.
Hammer gray at that.
Gonna get into my DMs. You know what I'm saying?
All the DMs are dry. I ain't gonna do that.
Oh, that is funny.
They drip dry.
Right. Me replying with as the boyfriend, I'm straight up. I'm no.
Straight up.
Yeah. I'm straight up no.
One reason why I replied the way I did was like kind of in disbelief. Like, why would you want my password, first of all? Like,
Well, we know why. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
Because,
don't.
like you said, you're looking for something.
no, you're going to tell me.
Yeah,
Like, I
tell
don't
me-
know why.
Be Pacific.
But see, this, you gotta teach these young old school. You don't have to ask for. I'm telling everything. You
giving out some trade secrets.
You just gonna get it.
You just gotta wait. You gotta be patient.
You gotta be patient when you go to sleep.
His birthday's in June.
Yeah, right. You gotta do some. I think my ex-boyfriend, I think he found out one time, he was like, on your phone, like when you do the password 3 times, it shows your face. So I'm pretty sure I was probably like, my face was probably
I think it's an iPhone. iPhone does it.
My face was probably, it takes a picture of you. Like once you put the password in 3 times, so I'm probably.
So if you put in the wrong password.
Yes, I'm probably all the screenshot like.
There she go again. Like, you been messing with my phone? No.
I think he was trying to tell me without telling me. I probably had like 10 pictures.
You sure you didn't pick up my phone?
Right. You try to give it all kind of ways to confess.
He's going to
I
let
left
his
it
guard
right
down
here.
at some point. I'm telling you,
It was turned a little sideways.
get a couple of digits at a time. 1, 2.
Well, now with the phones, you could either do your fingerprint or you could do face recognition.
That's true. Now, they done made it hard.
Yeah.
Let him go to sleep.
Dude sleep with his hand in his pocket. Tape around his fingers. Gloves on.
So when y'all married, you still gonna tell her no?
I think when you're married, you should be. If you can't give up your password when you're married,
When you married, I think you should.
I think I cannot trust you. I'm gonna be straight up because I'm already. Well, I don't make
she
no.
probably one that gave me the password if we're married.
Like, right, but you know what I mean. Like if your wife not giving you her password, your wife, I'm talking about your girlfriend. That's kind of.
Yeah, girlfriend kind of, because you ain't solidified.
Yeah, there's nothing real.
Angie
And
Stone.
Yeah, so
every
it's
woman-
been 10 years, but still. You know what I'm
Every
saying?
woman has a
Like-
backup plan.
If me being like the cool, calm person I am, like if there's something that sparks that question, like I gotta ask for the password.
I'm sorry, I'm probably gonna start.
I kind of know the answer.
I'm gonna start looking at you different anyway.
Yeah.
I think I may not have concrete,
Right.
evidence, but I kind of like,
Yeah,
something in the water.
something sparks something and want to have that
Because normally I
password.
wouldn't ask questions like that.
That's true. And
Yeah.
actions. When somebody's changing up on you, actions change. You
Yeah,
start,
it
you
starts
start
to
see
change.
stuff like you said. I talked about earlier. You start to see stuff change. That's why you want the password. You start to see. Usually
You need something to solidify.
Yeah. Usually you call
Like,
me
I don't
about
wanna
4 o'clock. The other day you didn't call me till about 9. What were you
Yeah.
doing from 4 to 9?
And I don't want to be in your bushes. So what we gonna do?
She showered when she got home. She showered.
Yeah.
She showered when she got home.
done a couple
Now,
drive-bys.
if you shower on your regular thing, I mean, you
Yeah.
get off work, you go home, you shower. If you do that on normal,
That's
I get
different.
it. But if you don't ever do that until
And don't go to the
11
gym.
yeah, you know what I mean.
and then you just all of a sudden you just started showering. Like your routine changes.
what's happening here? Yeah.
But
yeah.
women will say, okay, the other day he said something that he said he was there on Friday, but then next Saturday he
sound like the
changed it.
detective
He
on
changed-
Minister Society. So you said.
You know
You
you effed
messed
up
up right now. You messed up, right?
Uh-huh.
So you like now this Friday he's saying that he was somewhere else at
So
2
you
o'clock
bought the
on
beer.
Saturday. Like we be like, and then we'll take we won't write it down. We'll take a mental note. Like if you like me, I'm not erasing one text message. I'm gonna know everything because
Like we've been speaking since 2019, and this is all the things you've
This
said.
is the whole manuscript.
Right. And as I scroll back,
Her whole SIM card just full.
right. I had to change my SD card for this
But I had a space, so I got time. Like,
today. Yeah.
That is
Well, boyfriend or girlfriend,
yeah.
I'm of the. That's not a. That's probably going too far. You're like, but we live together. That's still, I don't know. That still seems like it's a little too, I don't know, But as husband and wife, if you can't give up your password, you possibly got something to hide. Not necessarily, because maybe you just want your own little haven. I don't know. Or
the
you
phone
don't.
cave, you go get a man cave for that for the phone.
Right.
You get
Buy us
your
a house.
You can have a haven, all right, but it won't be that phone.
Right.
But there's nothing like.
That's funny.
But you said something too, like your banking account information and all that. When you're married, all that's pretty much.
We're supposed to be together anyway.
Yeah, we got the joint account.
We got the joint one, but we got some separate ones too. But we got a joint one too. But I'm saying you probably even know what's in my separate one, but you just don't get to spend that. I get to spend that.
That's
So,
funny.
like,
because that
yours
leads
is
us into
yours.
the.
yeah, that's
Yours
really
is
nothing
yours.
that's like you're right. There's nothing that you really hide. Oh, I know how much money you have, whatever. You know,
I know the
so-
$7.
Yeah, I know. Like the one time baby, I know she got $300 on the account. Like you know what you have, so that's really there shouldn't be anything to hide.
Yeah. Oh, that was the one Tyler Perry movie, The Family That Prays, where Sanaa Lathan's character had a whole bank account.
It's the same movie. And then
Tyler
Perry, his wife, he was like, I know she got $3,000.
Right.
Like, no, she got like $10,000. He was like, well, that's something different.
Yeah.
I get bonuses.
Right. You get bonuses, huh?
Yeah, but that is a...
Yeah, so as a couple, boyfriend, girlfriend, that's discussion. Husband and wife, that should almost be a given.
It should be almost like if I pick up your phone by accident and take it, it shouldn't be a problem.
But if let's say you are now husband and wife, or boyfriend and girlfriend, and the password that you once had has changed, and you wasn't updated on it. So when you go to grab his phone, he like 74222, huh? 74222, huh? Take the picture. You like, oh hell no, he done changed the password.
This is when you walk up on him. So we changing passwords.
So what we doing now?
Yeah, this is how we are.
Is that what we doing?
So we changing passwords, and so we're changing passwords.
Oh, willy nilly.
Yeah, now you cool with that one. That's when you real.
Baby, I'm making beats.
Yeah, that's when you calm and collective. So
I'm in the studio. You know what I'm saying?
Are you? No, you know, women. We don't just go right out. We gonna test you. We're like, so did you change your password?
Did you get a new phone?
Yeah, you get a new phone. I didn't know. Or I didn't know you went to AT&T the other day. I didn't know you got. And it's all about.
You got him thinking on something he know he ain't done.
Yeah. I didn't know you got a new phone. You know how we do. You got a new phone? Huh? Oh, so what? That's when you go. That's when you go. Oh, so you hide something.
So
you
now,
don't have. So you just change your password, huh?
That's what we doing.
That's what we doing now. Cause mine been the same. Put it in.
right. Faith, put it up. Do you? No, you. It used to be 74222. Yeah. Oh no! See what had happened was I had left it at the gym. You know what I'm saying?
No, you ain't getting it back. Give it to me now.
Until you tell me. Until you do right by me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, all right. Boyfriend, girlfriend. That's a touchy subject. Husband and wife.
Me, it's still what. I don't know.
And it's easy to say boyfriend and girlfriend because you probably still want to know.
Yeah, but even married with men and women, I feel like a lot of women probably do not have their husband's phones because it's too much that goes on the DMs.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw it out unless you got it on your.
Or vice versa.
Oh, you don't have
women
Facebook
get hit up in their DMs too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Unless you don't have the Facebook on your phone or you got a separate account. I mean, it's just
you got
like
a whole nother phone.
Like, can your wife see what you saying to me? Like, I'm just
like
confused. Oh, my bad. I had one dude was like, people make mistakes, but you got married last week, bro.
Like the ink's still wet. You know what I'm saying? On the marriage certificate.
People make mistakes.
Right.
No, I can't make this stuff up.
I done some things. You
done
done some things.
Let's do them together.
Right.
You're going to hear some stuff.
You're going to hear things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's funny. All right, so last question. This is something I saw, and this can go both ways, male or female. But I'll ask you first, E, and then Deke, and then of course I'll give my response. Y'all become terrible friends when y'all get boyfriends.
Oh.
Is that true?
I've seen it happen.
Not me per se.
So, here comes that word boundaries.
Back up.
So, I do think when you're in a relationship, you have to pour in quality time with it. Like, you have to pour into your relationship.
That's an important phrase right there. Hold that to quality time. I want to go back and get that. Okay.
In order for your relationship to thrive, especially kind of like we talked about on my show, if you want to, if you dating to be married or you're dating because you want that person.
You hungry.
Yeah. Or you just dating for a steak. But I do think it can seem like that in the beginning. I feel like in the beginning it can feel like that, especially when you're like, you in your loving stages. And
but I love him.
I just want to be with him all day, every day.
But I just left you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What you doing?
Yeah.
Getting in the car.
And I do think it can happen.
Now you walk away.
I'm at your door. You know what I'm saying? I'm inside. You know what I'm saying?
And especially if you have a friend that's opposite sex. Like, I do think it can definitely change.
you're saying if you get a boyfriend,
and
your male friend, your boyfriend, and
you have a male friend,
platonic friend.
Yeah,
Okay.
platonic, like nothing. I do
Yeah.
feel like that's gonna change because depending on who you're dating, he can feel some type of way about it,
I had
or you
that happen.
or you don't want him to feel some type of way. But even though it's platonic, you don't
Yeah.
want him to feel. So you could have a friend who used to come over all the time. Y'all kick it, watch movies, or whatever. He
Where
just
the party at?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah. He just comes to the house. He be in your, in your refrigerator. He cooking on your
Right,
stove.
right.
That is what y'all do. It's just
Like
So he
Melvin.
looks naked here?
Like Melvin from
yeah, like
You only got on an apron.
I was like,
He spent the night. You know what I'm saying?
it's my brother. Like,
Right,
it's like
right.
it's nothing. It could be strictly platonic.
I get it,
But
to a degree.
now, yeah, to a degree. Now, if you think about it, but if you have a boyfriend, then you want to respect those boundaries. He can't come over and be cooking in your kitchen, and then you with your boyfriend. So that just creates
Right. He like, what he cooking for
a
us?
weird dynamic. Like,
Y'all want something?
Y'all hungry?
yes. So I think it depends on what phase you're in your relationship.
In your relationship, okay.
Me, I like a balance. Me personally. Now,
Okay.
I love.
Now
I love
explain
black
balance.
love. You can't be over every day. Like, and I
First
know
of
we're
all,
not
back
married.
up.
So it depends. I feel like you should date somebody. You have to date somebody that's just like you, but you should date somebody who understands your lifestyle. I was talking about this to my friends the other day. So if you're outgoing and you like to go to different events and you like to go out, and this person likes to sit at home and watch reruns
Netflix and chill.
of Netflix or whatever, y'all are two different people. So when you're going out, he's gonna think, or he or she's gonna think you're doing something. But that's your normal routine. That's what you're gonna
But
do.
what if you go out and you were always going out, and not always, but a lot of times with your platonic friend?
That is a different story. That's the thing. So
Because I'm just use us.
yeah.
Because we became event buddies.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You
We're
know what
gonna
I mean?
eat and all that stuff.
Right,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. That's true.
So how would you handle a dude coming, boyfriend, you like, I think I like him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all right with me.
He the one. God told me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You said
About to
it
get
right.
some,
Is that
get
you?
some QT.
I need you to back up. She turned to a demon. Back up. Right.
I think first of all, I think if you explain this in your relationship, I don't think it's a problem. Like you say, hey, hey, me and G-Way gonna go eat, or me and G-Way, you can come too. I mean,
You come two? Like two? Two? I guess that's how you was raised.
you can, in my Baltimore, you come too.
Right?
But I think boundaries have to be established. I think they need to understand who is all in your life and then what kind of role they play in your life. Because he said, like, my ex, he had friends that were girls, but I had no issue with them at all because I knew that they were literally like sisters.
Gotcha.
Like, that was like a sister to him, and I knew what the relationship was.
Just
so I was,
know what you're getting into.
yeah, you know. So, but that was explained. That was something that I kind of knew.
Yeah.
What kind of?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but I also knew who they were too. So I never
Yeah.
questioned it. But I would
Two?
say, it's this them two. But that third one is a no go.
Yeah, I'm not feeling her.
The third one was anyway.
That's the
beard.
one.
Yeah, that's the one. But
That's your Judas. That's your Judas right there. Right.
But I think if you know this, and this is why I always say I'm big on becoming friends with the person before you go in a relationship. Because if you're friends with them, then you know they're friends.
You kind of get the
so then you know
you get into the zone.
Get a feeling. Oh boy over here, nah, that ain't the one. Oh girl over here, nah, she ain't the one. So I think if you you can't be kicking it with her. You can't be kicking that's some different energy there. So I do think if
Y'all
that's
going to Cancun?
Yeah. Together?
that's what y'all do.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, now I've done that. Not I've been to Cancun, but I've traveled with female friends out of state in fact, even out of, I don't know if I want to say out of the country. I don't know what the
tell
bomb.
everything.
No.
You got
Again,
quiet.
I told you, I'm private, but I'll have an open discussion.
So
I
you
don't,
get out of town with
platonically,
friends.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it to sugarcoat, but but for real. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? On the D-Lo, we was, on the for real, you know what I mean? So, but I don't know how that plays, how that would play.
That plays differently though.
In a relationship. When you get a boyfriend, he be like, so you and G get ready to go where?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
So I want
Bahamas. You know what I'm saying?
so they say if I'm out of town, I know you can come to my house and get
Don't
something or
let
whatever. So
him
that's
fool
kind of it is kind of weird if I have a
would be
boyfriend.
weird,
I have a
yeah.
boyfriend too. Like, well, G,
You ain't
wait.
asked me.
You can come
G.
I got a
Well,
buddy
I
pass.
already-
Yeah, right, buddy pass, right.
I already had him come out of the plane. It was
Right,
like,
right.
but
What you
what
got
am I
me
doing? What you
now?
got
You
me?
know
So it does. I guess it causes for some conversation. Actually, it's got to cause for some.
It's got to.
It's got to cause for some conversation, communication.
It's
It's got
conversation,
to.
communication, and some real whatever you need in the inside to be
soul
able to deal
searching,
with
I
that.
guess, yeah, I guess that's what it costs. But I don't think you have to be a terrible friend.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it happens with the territory. It's like when you get married.
But then now let's use your female friends because with the male friend I can get that. Yeah, listen, I know you and dude is cool, but for real, you know what I'm saying? I'm an ixnay on that.
I'm at to establish my dominance.
Right,
Whatever y'all
establish
doing,
dominance,
whatever
right.
y'all doing, y'all.
With you with the massaging of the feet.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta relax. But with the female friend, now your girlfriends, now you got a boyfriend and your friends like, so you don't hang out with us no more like you used to. That sort of thing.
So I think it happens with the territory because, like I said, you're trying to establish that quality time with that person. I don't think it happens on purpose. But here's again where I think that you have to date somebody that's kind of like you or understands your lifestyle. Because if you like having your friends over and stuff, y'all can have stuff with both of your friends. Like you can have barbecues or whatever you have, little get-togethers.
Right,
He can invite his friends, you invite your friends.
I got the wine cooler.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. So you're not really isolating yourself because
Right.
y'all are just all coming together. Now, if he don't have any friends, or vice versa, that's gonna kind of cause a rift in your relationship
'cause they
because
ain't
you
something
want to
you
go
used
hang with
to.
your friends, but you're not
But I
because you
need
don't
you.
want to make
I
them
need
feel
you around me.
isolated. Yeah, so it's kind of there has to be some type of balance, but it is.
Oh, you let go of my leg.
Yeah. I've told one of my boyfriends, like, you don't have to be here every day. And I was horrible. Y'all, as I think about it.
But why?
I mean, you don't have to be here every day. Like, because we not, we don't live together. You don't,
Fungal.
yeah. And you don't have anywhere to
Came after work.
yeah, you don't have anywhere to be today. You and your friends. like, no? Okay. But, so I think.
Have some me time.
Yeah, sometimes you need the me.
Sometimes you need the me
Sometimes I
time.
don't want talking. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes. So you, I mean.
I don't want no noise.
All that comes back to you understanding, like we talked about earlier, you knowing who you're dating, like, or you knowing who you're with.
Right.
But I do think it's easy to become a terrible friend not knowing. Like I do think
Unknowingly.
unknowingly.
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
think
yeah.
I do. I agree
get
with
that.
that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree. You like, oh dang, I ain't called my girl in a long time because I've been hugged up with old boy. We've been Netflix and chilling. So I think it's easy to do unknowing, like you said,
I'm in
unknowingly.
this city by myself.
I do think unknowingly you can do it. But like I miss my friend.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of like when somebody gets married and like say you go on vacation and you go to their house all the time, but when they're married and they have a husband, you don't feel so comfortable just going to their house now because
Right,
you
right.
gotta. They have a husband and you know you
And
gotta,
she probably shouldn't want you to
be-
come over too much.
but too much. Like, so it just creates
yeah.
different.
There's boundaries.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah. What about you, Dirty? Do you become the terrible friend, or does she become the terrible friend, or you all are one of the same? So who cares about friends?
A little of both. I'll be honest. Yeah. When I'm into somebody, I'm into somebody.
Gotcha.
Not just like halfway.
No wonder he doesn't call me anymore. He don't respond to my
Well-
texts like he used to.
Well, I've been called out before in the past, because for my actions, and my buddies they know, like, oh, he must be with somebody now. He ain't calling.
Yep.
He ain't checking in and that.
Well, see, and that's cool when it's like that. They're like, no, we understand. When Deke get with somebody, he go all in and get 100.
Should be happy I found somebody.
You should find love
He
too.
hibernates. We ain't seen him.
Yeah, hibernate. Yeah.
Jesus in the neighborhood. He coming to your house.
Look for love in the right places. You know what I mean? I had a situation with me, and we're still friends, but we are so distant friends that it's like we're not. It's almost like we're not friends, but we friends. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause I'm friends with her family, but we were friends, like platonic. We were roommates, and when I moved here, she met someone. And just be for full disclosure, she's met other people and gone and so it wasn't we just hung. We was just really cool. Somehow or another it just was a thing. We connected. And she met this guy, ended up having a baby by him. But we play. This when text is part of. So we play. So we say dumb words, and I said some dumb words that he got wind of. Now dumb words meaning to her, not like about him or about. Remember that time in Cancun?
So he got her password basically.
So I don't know how he got
pretty much.
But that's a good one. Yeah.
Pretty much, he got a password. Yeah.
No wonder she didn't want me to have it.
I'm into this story. I want to know happen.
Outcome. And so we joking back and forth, and I said to her, and now again, jokingly, send me some pics. Jokingly, she never sent me
nudes, but just pics.
No, they were nudes. I was saying that, but I didn't have to say news because we was joking. The joke was already underway.
There we go.
No, but again, I told you I have an open discussion.
Yeah.
And somehow or another, however he found the phone, and I just started noticing my phone just ringing and ringing and ringing. I can't remember, but eventually she called. Well, we spoke, and she was like, "Yeah, you remember we was talking, and you said Well, he saw it." I was like, "For real?" Because I'm kind of jokey with it, and she's like, "Yeah," and now he think something's up. And she said in the response, "Boy, stop playing!" Like it was a response to the text. Wasn't like so wait till later. You know what I'm saying?
He in the background like, yeah, I saw it.
What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And so that issue, and I said, well, you want me to talk to him? I said, well, I'll talk to him if you want me to talk to him.
That.
And she was like, yeah, could you talk to him? And when I talked to him, maybe the next day or whatever, he wasn't having it. He's like, I just don't think that the dude should be asking. And I was like, yeah, but it was just a joke. Me and her been knowing each other for, yeah, man, but that ain't right, man. He wasn't like he was trying to be violent. He didn't like it.
He didn't like it.
I totally get it. I wouldn't have liked it either.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee you were the topic of his buddy's conversation.
Quite possibly. So the nigga answered.
Yeah, exactly. So he did what? And you gonna stand for
And you ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
You a simp. You know what I'm saying? And so, but he was.
You from Baltimore?
No, it was clear that he was pissed. It was clear.
Exactly,
Yeah, I'm trying to use all the. Fam, you know what I'm saying? Bruh. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to diffuse
I'm trying to
situation.
I ain't
diffuse
your
him.
fam, know your bro.
He ain't want to hear none of that. But again, it wasn't none of those things. When I catch you,
it wasn't like that.
when she break through the door, you know what I'm saying? When I catch you on the block kind of thing. It was just
He just went
right.
It's on.
It's
He just
on
wasn't having it.
on site. Yeah, he was not having it. And so I was like, she was like, well, trying to play that little now role. Like, well, shoot, if he mad, I don't care. He cared. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to care.
It's okay.
But then the chasm began. You know what I'm saying? Now our friendship is just kind of, you could see it literally like fall apart. We just kind of became Facebook friends again. And that was back in when I was living up there. You know what I'm saying? So that's since 04, before 04.
Wow, yeah.
And so, or maybe I was here, but it was early on. But yeah, so in that situation, I can see how a boyfriend could not like the guy friend, or not like the guy friend scenario. Not like the guy, but not like the scenario.
That scenario.
But me and her have traveled. We've come here to Atlanta. We were just mad cool. But yeah, so that just did it. And then I told her, I said, listen, respectfully, I can't be mad at the dude. I'd be pissed too. That's your son's father. Yeah, I don't know if y'all planning to do, marry or whatever, but I respectfully,
But y'all
back
had
off.
a platonic friendship, you and her?
Me and her, yeah. But again, we were roommates. How did I meet her? I can't remember how I met her at an event, but an event that mutual friends went to.
Yeah.
And we just
Y'all
clicked.
kicked
I mean,
it.
I'm friends with her aunts to this
Y'all
day.
still cool.
We just mad cool. But,
And y'all never recouped.
it never recouped.
Are they
recovered
still together,
from,
him and her?
I don't think so. Yeah. Because again, I still talk to her aunt every once in a blue moon, and no, I don't think they together, or he tripping. I don't know.
You know,
but now the son is probably like 10. You know what I mean?
Wow,
12 or
that's a long
something.
time ago.
That's what I'm saying. It's been a minute, so I can understand I ain't feeling your guy friend.
I get it too, because like I said, I've like you could feel that energy. Like I've had a boyfriend where he's had like female friends. I never I'm not a jealous type of person, so I never batted an eye at. That's clear, that's your sister. I see it. I see the energy. Like, she would, pick you up if you were down in the hospital, whatever. Like, that's your sister. I have no doubt that that's your sister.
Yeah.
Then the third one comes around like, that ain't your sister.
Like, no, she
that's the one.
That's your homie lover friend.
That's the one's picking food at your seat.
And I ain't lying, it's the same one.
Wow.
I know, no lie.
Full circle.
So full circle. But because you could peep the energy. I was like, something's off with her. Like, something's different. So I asked him one day, did you date her? He was like, yeah, I did.
Just one time in band camp.
Yeah, I did it. Because her energy,
when you say dating, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, her energy is off from the rest of them. I cool.
She don't even talk to you the same.
But she looking at me like with piercing eyes, like she gonna stab me. So I have questions. So I do think, that's why I said that. But at that time too, we were together, but not girlfriend, boyfriend yet, or whatever, in a relationship, exclusive, whatever you want to call it yet. Because, that's why you become friends first. You peep all these situations.
You get to see what's going on.
You can see
the backstory between him and
the beard picker. The BP.
How did they split? How did that end?
I came around.
So here's the thing. I never got a clear answer with them. It was like she was like they dated.
Like, I don't think they broke up.
I think she dated, but they dated.
We're on a break.
They dated, but didn't date. And I feel in my spirit, but she was always like a side chick.
I got you.
I feel like
she was jockeying for position.
Yes, I feel like she didn't like me because I was, I've
been here.
I'm forefront. She was a side chick when we were dating.
You starting QB at this point.
But at this point, I think she's always been that person when he's not dating somebody for real. She's always fallback. Like, she's always gonna be fallback, but she's never like in the forefront. He's always dating somebody and he pushed her aside. So and then when he breaks up with them, then she comes back around. Literally, when we broke up, she came back around. I can't make this up. I can't make this stuff up.
They friends again.
Yeah, they were friends again.
Waiting in the wings, hoping.
She's waiting in the wings, hoping to be the one. But she I don't know if she would ever hold that position. I don't know.
I think once the guy has established the position for the female and vice versa, it's hard to get to the front seat,
And so I think she looked at me like, I've been talking to him on and off for however many years they talked on and off, and then here she coming, and he did like parade me around. So he's like, he's parading her around everybody. Like, he's parading her around everybody.
This my mom.
Literally, this my mom, this my aunt, these my people, this my family, this my everybody. Balls, galas, everything.
You just joined the club. You already got platinum status.
Yes, there you go. I joined the club, had platinum status, and she did not like that.
I'm a gold club.
but
for 10 years.
But I've only got bronze status.
But see, and also, at least before, I used to be a George Costanza. You know what I'm about to say.
These two worlds
the worlds cannot collide.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The worlds could not collide.
It's a Seinfeld thing.
It's a Seinfeld thing.
Okay,
I knew when I said it. Like, the worlds can't collide. Like, this is my set over here, and this is my set over here. And now I'm talking about anything sexual. This is my sets, and the worlds can't collide. The 2, the 3, or 7 can't become one. You know what I'm saying?
So who can't become one?
Like, in other words, let's say, for example, No, I'm with you. Let's say, for example, me and Deke hang, right? That's me and Deke's world.
Right.
But then me and Vincent hang, but the worlds don't collide.
So you never gonna collide your worlds.
It's not so much that they won't, but we don't do anything that creates the collision. if that makes more sense. Like, I ain't like with Deke, let me hit up Vince real quick and see what's popping. Not that
I
anything.
give you a prime example. You and G are buddies, right?
Right.
Your thing is like music, media, and events.
Yeah, good example.
So I probably wouldn't go to I don't know.
The sorority party.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
That's your world over there.
I get what you're saying. But at some point, like, if you're with somebody, that's gonna collide. So, like, say you get married, and I'm here at the studio, whatever. Like, the worlds will collide, and Deke is over here, and then you're taking her to the media events, and then you also taking her to the other events. Like, at some point, all your worlds will collide if you're if you've established a relationship or you marry somebody, at some point, all your worlds will collide. I would think.
Yeah, I think because we're using that as a loose example, with George Costanza, he was referring to his group of friends.
His group. Oh, I got you.
His core.
I can see that.
Seinfeld and Kramer and Elaine was his core group of 4. That
makes sense.
That world didn't collide with George and his fiance. The fiance, remember, because the fiance, he was like, the worlds are colliding. You know, they can't collide because in some scenarios, not them all, and I don't know how many, when the worlds collide, it creates it's a combustion that starts to happen. It's like these worlds should not have been joined
I see what you're saying.
We got different energies.
We got
it's like a whole Marvel Comics thing.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like when you have a birthday party and you bring all your worlds together. Like, this is kind of weird because I interact with them differently.
Only at work.
Then I interact with them, and now I gotta interact.
They
as
call you
myself.
Chantel.
Now how do I vacillate between the two?
They calling you Chantel. And they calling you Eo.
What's up, eclectic? They're like, who's eclectic?
Yeah. Who is that? I'm not sure who that is. Yeah, so I get what you're saying.
Right.
You know,
so I kind of
She is different.
right.
She's eclectic.
She's like a little different over here. I don't know who she is
so
today.
I kind of operate in that frame of mind. It's not what's the word? It's not concrete, but it's just the frame of mind. Even with friends growing up, there was certain, like me and my boy Cornell, even though all of us was a cluster of 8, 9, 10 dudes, 12 dudes, then me and him just became like the bestest of. So me and him started kicking it more. Still the same world, and we would go into that world, but then the world became a little separate world.
Right, makes sense.
So you got New Edition, then you got Bill DeVoe.
We got Bill DeVoe. Good one.
It's great. That's perfect.
Good analogy.
It makes sense. It makes sense. You do operate. It makes sense.
You get it?
You operate differently with
You move different, right?
What brought all my worlds together was COVID. Literally, we used to have it was an app. I can't think of the app.
Party house.
Yeah, house party.
Yeah.
House party app brought everybody together because you be talking to a certain group of people.
Like, how did he get in here?
And you could pop into anybody's group, and then you talking to a certain group, and then it's like all my friends.
How did he get my password?
Yes. This is some malarkey.
There's some bill.
And so all your worlds kind of collide. At that point, all your worlds collide because everybody jumps in conversation. But it's kind of cool because it helps you kind of, if you think about it, kind of helps you kind of navigate how you operate with your different levels
your
of friends.
folks, right?
Because you got to operate with them at the same time too. And it's kind of cool how they meet, and it kind of takes all facets of your life too, of who you are. Like, oh, this is the corporate me. This is the eclectic, the music.
You
me.
get to go to this.
Yeah,
but not to that.
but they all come together at that point. You have no choice but to be who you are. So that was kind of interesting though.
Yeah,
When
I pull up
in the house party.
When I pull up, I'm listening to Tupac. When I get in the building, it's
Yes.
It's 80s rock.
It's 80s rock all day.
Yeah.
It's like when you get too loud. So, oh my gosh, Chantel. I'm like, I'm like, hey, oh my God, that's you.
Who?
That's the black me. Sorry.
The world should never meet.
This is happy hour with me right here.
Right. Yeah, but so that's kind of how I operate. But I think if you get in a relationship, sometimes your friendships, like you said, inadvertently kind of fall to the wayside a little bit. Me, because I don't move in groups of like I'm a lone ranger for the most part.
I'm a loner, Dottie.
I'm a loner. You know what I mean? I literally am. That's why, my whole thing is being rich is one thing, being famous is another. I'm not interested in the fame because I like to move a certain way. I want to still go get milk.
For a lot of dumb stuff.
Say it again.
You can be famous for a lot of stuff.
Well, but you know what I mean?
Be rich.
You can also be famous and poor.
Right, but I'm just saying that to say
exactly.
Right. And a lot of people are. But they also kind of move in packs. Not everyone, but a lot of people. But I don't. So if I move silent like I do, I stay low key. I'm the unassuming rich guy in the room versus who
you can't even go to the grocery store now because
right. And you start noticing he moves alone. You get what I'm saying? People may start rocking with you different, like let's just lay in wait. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. But again, my worlds just kind of don't collide because it's easier to operate my life that way. Yeah, I'm segmented in my worlds.
Segmented in your worlds,
There's my Pluto. Well, Pluto's not a planet anymore, but you know what I'm saying. But I'm sure a lot of you. This is probably another good question
You
to
don't
be
want
asked.
your carrots mixing with you. You know.
They cannot touch. You know what I'm saying?
Your foods can't touch.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know. I like to just keep everything. It's got to be important. It's bag to bag.
There's another group of friends.
Yeah, but it's one group of friends.
I told you the worlds cannot collide. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Well, this has been fun. Appreciate you coming through.
For sure. Thank
DJ
you for
Miss
having me, as
Eclectic.
always.
Where can people find you at?
You can follow me on all social media platforms at DJ Miss Eclectic. That's DJ MSECLECTIC.
All right.
Woo woo.
And Mr. Dirty, I know you on Instagram as who are you?
Dirty Vandross.
Dirty Vandross.
No relation.
One of my friends, she was like, I saw Dirty Vandross reply to one of my comments. Who is that?
Exactly. That's what I want you to do. That's how I want you to respond.
Chair is still a chair.
You mean
The house is not a home.
That is too funny. And of course, find us on G-Wade Podcast and on the Think It Out Loud Network and all your streaming services and all that good stuff. And we appreciate y'all tuning in. It's your man G-Wade holding it down, kicking it alongside with my man Deacon.
Dirty.
Y'all know what it is. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy G-Wade holding it down. And I want to thank you all for tuning into this episode of the G-Wade Podcast. Now be sure to subscribe to this channel. Click that notification bell to stay up on all the latest videos and content that we post. And we just appreciate everything.
Oh, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at G-Wade Podcast. Till then.